Hi and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to demonstrate the use of the Harpoon in the F-18 in range and bearing mode only. So I've had a lot of questions about putting the aircraft or launching this weapon by my OCU colleagues, specifically in this mode. So what I'm going to do here today is just demonstrate the use of the Harpoon. So what I'm going to do, I'll take it out of pause and I'll re-pause it when I'm going to point some elements out. So what I'm going to do is unpause here. Right, okay, so I've put it in barometric hold. The first thing I'm going to do is master arm on, air to ground on. The next thing I'm going to do is make sure the Harpoon is aligned. So I do that by clicking on here and you'll see a timer. Starts from 25 seconds. The next thing I'm going to do is put the radar into C mode. So as you can see, it's already in in ground mode. So we need to put it in C mode, yeah, because we're going to be attacking C targets. So click on this twice, you see C appeared, and you can see the scan already happening. A couple of things to point out: you can change the scan width. So here it's set to 120 degrees as default. We can set it to 20 for a high resolution scan, 45, 90, and back to 120. The other thing you can do is change the range of the scan. So here up to 80 and back down to 40 and 20, 10, etc. So as you can see, we're starting the radar's starting to pick some targets up already. So I'm going to put it down to 40. I'll come back to that in a minute. So the next thing we've got to do, once we've established that, I'm going to switch this to 90 degree scan, is mode. Clicked mode. That will change that to, currently it's in BOL mode, which I forget the terminology, but I'll come back to that in a minute. So in order to put it in range and bearing mode, first of all I've got to make the C radar soy. I'm just going to pause it for a second, and the next thing I'm going to do is take my cursor and place it over the target. Once I've clicked on it, what you'll find is when you change the mode, you'll then be able to select range and bearing mode only. I'm specifically doing it this way because it's probably the most frequent way people are going to play this in the first place. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate this. So I'll take it out of pause. I'm going to select a target. As you can see, it's selected. I'm now going to right click on the soy button. So that now selects that target as the target up here. And you see a little diamond here in the HUD. That is now the target. Now I'll go to mode, and you'll see range and bearing mode has now appeared. So I'll select that. I'm just going to pause it here for a second. Right, I'm going to go through each one of these sections here. So the first one is flight mode. So this is the flight mode the actual Harpoon will take, and you've got three modes, which is high, medium and low. If you're doing against a normal high value target, such as the Moskva as an example, or a Grisha, you probably want to put it in low mode which is roughly about 5,000 feet. I believe medium mode is around between 10 and 15,000 feet, and high mode is 20,000 feet. So that's the flight mode. Yeah. The next is terminal. So you've got two options here. You've got skim, which is default, which again probably will be the one that you use the most, or pop-up, where the Harpoon in the last 5 nautical miles probably will pop up and attack the target from above. So this is where if you've got a highly armored target, like the Moskva potentially as an example, you'd probably want to do a pop-up maneuver where it will come in and destroy the superstructure. And then you've got seek. So this is a mode which allows you the Harpoon to go pitbull at different distances. What it does, it has 3 modes: medium, long or large, medium, large, and small. Small starts at 5 nautical miles up to large, which is 16 nautical miles. Invariably, you'll probably use large, where the radar in the Harpoon seeker head will actively go live and pick up the target. So that is the seek mode. So again, what I'm going to do is demonstrate this. So I'll take it out of active pause. I'm going to select flight as low. Terminal is already in skim, so I'm not going to change that. And seek, I'm going to do large, which is demonstrated here. I can then step through each one of my targets here and do the same thing. So flight, sorry, go back. So mode, first of all, is range and bearing mode. Flight is low. Terminal is already skim. Seeker is then large. And step through again. Mode, range and bearing mode. Flight, low. Terminal is going to be skim. Seeker is large. Step one more time. Mode, range and bearing mode. Flight, low. Terminal is skim. Seeker is large. There you go. Right, and now I'm ready to launch my weapon. So I'll just bring it into the HUD. One other point of note is you need to launch. Make sure you launch the Harpoon at above 2,500 feet, otherwise it will not work. So launch 1. So I'm going to let that go. Throttle back a bit. So we'll just watch the weapon. Launch another one, number 2. go. Hit those targets nicely. Thanks for watching.